creed to break the chains and set us free. Riders on the prairie, wild and free, bows and arrows, cold 45's decree. No more tyranny, no more lies, under open skies we rise. Fight, fight, fight till we reclaim the night. Cowboys and Indians in the blazing light. Fight, fight, fight till the dawn is near. We'll never live in fear. On the blood moon, we all unite. Horses thunder in the night. No longer slaves to the empire's might. Strength in numbers, strength in rise. We'll never rise. On the blood moon, we unite. Horses thunder in the night.
Welcome, beautiful patriots, to another episode of the Cowboys Indians podcast. We got episode 45 today, Steve.
Hey.
We are slowly but surely making our way through the episodes. So
When we go live like once a week, we kind of slow trickle those numbers, right? Well, life happens.
yeah, it does. It does. Life happens, especially when you're a father and husband and got a full-time job, and along with our escapades on X and various other platforms, trying to grow our content. But no complaints over here. I feel like I'm getting back into the spirit of it and
Are you?
becoming motivated once again. Yes.
Okay.
Not so much on politics as much, even though we are going to be discussing a couple political items today.
Yeah,
because
right.
Dude, it is so disgraceful looking out and seeing what's happening in the political atmosphere, and especially, and I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail of today, but
Yeah. Ms. Dingle?
Miss Dingle, we got our representatives asleep at the wheel, and this isn't just.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm fucking furious with this. Oh my God, where do I begin? Dude, so I don't know. I kind of made a post today, and one thing that people really need to understand is that these are elected members of Congress. If they were in the private sector, they would be terminated immediately. I do not care how many hours they are awake. They were entrusted with a job to do. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, Maurice, you're gonna have to put up the comments today.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not on the normal
charge.
StreamYard. But anyways, so yes, elected members of Congress. Oh God. They're entrusted in a job to swear and defend and protect the Constitution. They are entrusted with this job, and I'm telling you now, man, like I'm kind of getting sick and tired of this shit. I'm getting sick and tired of these people that are sleeping on the job, or your Mitch McConnell's, that the blue screen of death from like Windows 95, or Nancy Pelosi insider trading, where a fucking X account Pelosi stock tracker was created. Dude, I am sick and tired of these people, bro. And for you out there that might be liberal and you're listening to this is not just a Republican problem. This is a liberal problem too. This is a uniparty establishment problem. And brother, I'm sick and tired of it, because if you believe this is one or the other, your head is stuck up so far up your own ass that you have dingleberries on your neck. All right.
Oh my goodness.
This is a uniparty establishment problem, dude. And I'm sick and fucking tired of this, bro. Like, these people, they don't care about us. And it was displayed in full effect right there. Just falling. Oh, is that apple juice? It was displayed in full effect today. And dude, so many times. I'm just absolutely disgusted with these people that are supposed to represent us. And okay, maybe it's a Democrat, all right, or a Republican. Dude, just look at your district. These people are representing. If your district is a shithole, you need to get rid of those people. I'm over it, dude. And that's kind of like why I've been away on politics, just because Like until shit changes, brother, it's you know what I mean? If anybody's held if no one is held accountable, nothing is going to change and nothing's going to matter. And I don't want to be a huge black pill on this subject, but man, it's just, I don't know. Military, I signed the dotted line just like they did. I swore to protect and defend the fucking Constitution, and I was able and willing to give my life for my country. How many of those bastards in DC you think would be willing to do that? I guarantee you it's probably maybe less than a handful.
Yeah, the reason that they join Congress, it seems, is not actually help the people or represent the people themselves. Maybe that for some of them, it could be their initial intent, but once they get in, it sure seems like they're, I mean, even the Republicans especially, actually. So check this out. Alicia Powell wrote an article, and I kind of, added the House Republicans tweet on there. Cool. But Republican-controlled House and Senate sent fewer bills to the president than any Congress in 70 years. Now, I do want to point out that it's a good thing that they're not just passing laws left and right, True. Unconstitutional laws, bullshit laws, like what the Democrats did, where they were just pushing unconstitutional laws through. Sure. But at the same time, it sure seems like they've been sitting on their hands and not getting anything done as far as repealing, codifying, like what Doge has been doing Correct. In dismantling a lot of the spending bills. Like, they're not doing anything to put in safeguards to stop this from happening again. Mm-hmm. A lot of this is just like, it almost feels like we have representatives in office right now that are just buying time until the Democrats get back into power, and everything that we just that Trump did with his executive orders and bringing Doge in, it feels like that is all just a very temporary fix, since the House and Senate that we voted for is not going to do a damn thing.
Yeah, dude. I mean, obviously I do not know the backroom deals and everything that's going on behind the scenes, but it's almost like it was kind of crazy how when Trump came into the office, it was like really fast paced, like executive orders and a lot of actions, but it just seemed like it's kind of plateaued. And like, I don't know if that's I mean, obviously I do agree with you. Like, to be quite honest, we have enough laws, unless something, like maybe like AI control would be really good. That, remember when they wanted to make Kamala Harris the AI czar? Oh my God. Yeah. I know, right? But I think something needs to be done about that. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, I really, really hope we don't have a repeat of his first presidency where we lose a chamber and then it's just a lame duck presidency for the next 2 years.
It already feels like that now, and it's like I'm reliving this shit because
deja vu.
Dude, yes, it does feel like that, and except for it's worse now. Because I felt like there was a legitimate push and that we had representatives that were going to get behind this MAGA Maha movement. And then you get a tweet like this. This was posted by the House Republicans official account yesterday. And I despise this comment. We need to get Americans off the sidelines. Bitch, we're in the game. That's what we are. We're the ones playing the game every single day. And I was thinking about this today while I was out there in the rain, in the mud, changing a set of tires on a petroleum truck that was just heavy. All the wheels were corroded. It was a pain in the ass. It took like 3 hours to do. Okay? And sorry, it's dumping down rain. And I was like, it's insane to me that they believe that they're the ones that are in the game. And it's not. Like, they're the ones on the sidelines trying to make the rules, okay? That's what they're supposed to be doing. We're the ones in the mud, in the dirt, actually facing this shit on the day-to-day basis, fixing the trucks that deliver all their goods and fixing the railways that deliver all of their goods. Every commodity that they enjoy is done and set up, maintained, built by the American people, which they're supposed to represent. And they have the audacity to say that we're on the sidelines and not participating in this. Bro, you guys have the House, the Senate, the presidency, the majority on the Supreme Court, and nothing is happening. Nothing's getting done. We're not getting the ATF repealed. We're not abolishing the FBI. We're not doing the things that MAGA wanted to do, which was start deconstructing the deep state, because if we're only doing the surface level shit, then nothing is going to change the next cycle.
Absolutely. And man, I'm really hoping and praying that, you know, because it is going to take a lot to dismantle the deep state because of just the interwebs and not like actual internet, but the interlocking of like different power, the money and the people that we don't even know about yet. Those are the ones that scare me the most about the deep state, or the players behind the scenes, you know, the ones that are actually pushing the money, like these NGOs and all this type of shit. But honestly, man, the way I kind of see it, and I really, really hope this is not the truth, but you always notice that about 6 months before, you know, primaries or the election cycles or the election year for midterms, that's when they turn it on, and they actually want to start doing things. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you watch like college football, and like your team's down by 14 points with like 2 minutes to go, and they score 21 in the last, you know, the last 2 minutes, or tie it up or whatever. Like, where the fuck was this entire game?
So they're like playing it safe right now. They're not taking any chances. They're literally just like running out the clock.
Right. And
because they think we're ahead, but we're not. No, we are so far behind. We're $36 trillion behind, guys.
Yeah.
We're 7 wars behind. We're fucking way behind, and Trump can't do it all by himself. And the fact that the fact that he's brokering these deals with all these countries to initiate peace around the world is a freaking miracle. This is why they tried to shoot him in the head. This is why out of all the 93 rallies that Trump had in 2024, there was only one rally that was live streamed by CNN with a high quality camera right when he got shot in the head. And luckily, by the grace of God, he was saved. He got shot in the ear instead. But this is why they tried to take him out, is because they didn't want these peace deals being done. And it feels like it feels like, even though he's like, I think that Trump is honestly doing a good job for what the position that he's in. Yeah, it feels like he's doing a good job, but it feels like everybody else that's supposed to be behind this movement is sitting on their freaking hands and then saying that we're on the sidelines not being active enough. Are you fucking kidding me? Go fuck your, like, I can't, that comment has been stuck in my head all day.
Oh yeah.
It's been driving me insane.
Yeah, dude, because, that was extremely tone deaf.
They're falling asleep in Congress. Like, while they're having these hearings, they're just pass the fuck out, making $174,000 a year while I'm out changing freaking tires in the rain and mud, and I'm being told that I'm on the sideline not doing enough.
It's it's honestly pathetic, bro. But I mean, it will take time, and James made a good point. You know, these bills that they pass, a lot of pork and fat in it, bro. I mean, it might not be the best idea to do something like that.
I want sunset clauses put in. I want repealing of unconstitutional laws. I want them to abolish the ATF. All of these things need to happen, and it has to happen quickly.
Unfortunately, brother, here's the black pill. I don't see it happening. But this is where organizations like Rhino Removal Project come into play. We have got to. I think it was Steve Bannon that stated something like, just get Trump in, we can deal with the Republicans later, something to that effect. There's a lot of truth behind that. Because I honestly, right now, it can happen. Okay. Maybe one day we'll wake up and like Rikers Island, you know how they open that up, is getting stuffed with Congress, right? Maybe. I don't know. It will take a lot though, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the deep state has been effective since essentially 1913.
Yeah.
and a lot of it's going to be really, really hard to dismantle such a deep interwebbed organization in 100 or whatever days has been. So I'm kind of on the fence, dude. I want to like trust, the process. Oh, I fucking hate saying that, but I want to believe still. But I think it's going to take something, like some
Dude,
sort of forward
I
momentum
voted
or
for
movement.
a revolution. I voted
Yes, a
for
lot of
them
people did,
to
brother.
absolutely start destructing. I want Trump and the entire Republican Party to be a bull in a china shop and start knocking everything over, and we'll deal with the aftermath afterwards. Because
Correct.
in all reality, the amount of control that and special interest, like all of these things that are in place and that are screwing us over, and the fact that we have this real ID shit, I mean, it feels like I brought. I hate using this reference because Tim Pool uses it a lot, but it's the rat hope experiment.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I believe it's just giving it hope and kind of taking away at the end, or
Well, so I'll give you the quick rundown of it. So basically, they had these rats and they were testing how long they would last if they threw them in a pool of water uh, before they drown. And the first time they threw them in the pool, it took them like 15, 20 minutes to drown, before
Okay.
they just gave up and died.
Yeah.
Well, to give them hope and to see if hope had a prominent effect on what they would do, the second group of rats, they tossed in the water, and then right as they were about to give up, right as they gave up, before they sank under, the doctors would swoop them up, dry them off, and like got them back healthy again, right?
Huh. Okay.
And then the next time they were placed in the water, they swam for like 46 hours before they gave up.
Interesting.
And
So it proved that like hope you can hold a string in front of somebody or
yeah,
prolong.
so the rats thought that if I just keep swimming, I will get scooped up again. And this is what this presidency feels like. Because the first time Trump was elected, a lot of people had this idea that it was going to be, revolutionary to some kind, that there was that all this corruption was going to come to light. And you know what? A lot of it did. And it woke a lot of Americans up. But the deep state kind of flexed their muscles, released a virus, and were able to initiate mail-in ballots and stole an election.
Correct.
In all reality, that's what I believe would happen. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't tell you for sure.
I mean, at the same time, we haven't heard about the 2020 election since he got elected too. So kind of worried about that.
And 15 million Democrat voters just disappeared from 2020 to 2024.
Right.
So
Didn't mean to cut you off.
It is
Sorry.
what it is.
Yeah.
But it feels like this time around, everybody has that feeling that like that there's hope that we're going to get that revolutionary type presidency that's going to fundamentally change the relationship between government and like the public servants and private citizens. But it sure feels like even with Dan Bongino getting into the FBI, even with Kash Patel getting into the FBI, in a lot of their rhetoric before they took over, it was like, we need to abolish the FBI. It's full of corrupt people. But now that they're in power and they're back into the system, they're like trying to represent it to the best of their ability. They're like, nah, the FBI is filled with all these really good people. We're doing our best to get these illegals out. We're doing our best to find the terrorists. And it's like, that's all well and good. But the problem isn't like that. The problem isn't finding the terrorists. Right.
Correct.
Like, that is a problem. And that is not the problem. It is a structural problem. That the fact that the FBI had the ability to be so corrupt for so long behind the scenes, the fact that they can come in and take control and like switch it on to good for a little while. But we know back in 2016 that Hillary Clinton paid Christopher Steele to formulate a fake dossier that went after Trump. And this
Yeah.
was paid for, and it's well known. She had a private server that she was communicating with, had 30,000 classified files. The FBI, they didn't prosecute her. They didn't even go after her. They didn't recommend her
True.
to be prosecuted in any way. So the fact that the FBI can still do that. So if nothing changes and they keep the FBI and the CIA, all our letter agencies, the way that they are, then we're sitting on our hands. It's like, okay, we got a couple of terrorists out, but now what? The problem is still there.
Yeah, no, I agree with the interagency, corruption. Yeah, that I haven't seen like the pro Fed comments from Bongino or Patel personally. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but yes, I do agree with you. Beforehand, they were like, this is the worst, the most corrupt organizations on the planet. And they are, but I here's a white pill. I want to believe that they are working behind the scenes to getting some of these top brass people out and actually getting to the bottom of Crossfire Hurricane and these other I don't know what you want to call them, target political campaign targeting. I don't know, because I mean, let's face it, who else was behind Crossfire Hurricane? The Five Eyes. So other countries were spying on Trump. They went after General Flynn. Who was behind it, though? John Brennan, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. Why aren't we hearing these people? These are the ones that actually spied on a political opponent. Wait, didn't James Comey? I forgot about that asshole. But he was like, didn't he say something like, oh, well, this wasn't technically like breaking the law. It was just an oopsie. No, I'm sorry. It's not, dude. When you have foreign countries spy on a presidential campaign, that's pretty treasonous in my opinion. But, so we have that. Then what the hell do we know about the Trump shooting? Or the second guy at Mar-a-Lago? Where the Epstein client list? Fuck. I'm sure Pam Bondi's gearing up to go on another Fox News episode, though. So I don't know. I really don't want to completely black pill, but yeah, a lot of people are tired, man, and people have been attacked for a long time, and it's just terrible, dude.
So I want to bring this comment back up because James he made this comment 11 minutes ago, but I mean, in a way, he's got a point, but in another way, if we don't act quickly, then our chance will be gone. This needs to be a revolutionary presidency. This needs to be a revolution of the people. This needs to be a flex from the people, not working slowly by the book. I'm not saying unconstitutional shit, but I'm saying that everything that is unconstitutional needs to be torn down, abolished, dismantled, completely obliterated, and prosecutions need to happen. Like this.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Yeah, because look, all right, look, I think me and you agree on this. All right, I'm just trying to be super objective about the situation because on one hand, they're going to call Trump a tyrant. So be the tyrant, dude. But then at the same time, like. Yeah, exactly what Eddie was saying. Be the tyrant they always made you out to be, because at the end of the day, they're going to call them that anyway. And their blatant disregard, especially during COVID, bro. Oh my God, dude! Like the things these people did to everybody. They allowed what I think it was 21 million illegals across our country. Every single person, huh?
Yeah.
Roughly. So I think
that we know of.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, at the bare minimum, these politicians that were backing these immigration laws or allowing this to happen need to go to Guantanamo Bay. They need to be made an example of, bro, because Americans were getting murdered. Fentanyl was crossing the country at record pace. I made a post today and I said, unless there's accountability, nothing is going to change. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's what this country has been missing for a long time is accountability. Now within just politicians themselves, but the system itself, just everything about this country has gone to shit, bro. And like I'm kind of sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? So that at the end of the day, that's kind of why I kind of went away from politics a little bit. Now, however, if they say, "Holy shit, the Epstein client list has been released, look who's on it," then of course I'm going to post about it. But I mean, I'm not posting to you know one up people or look, I got you, I busted you in a lie. Because let's be honest, these commies don't give a shit about the lying. They do it all the time and they get paid for it. So what's the point? You know what I mean?
Mm. Yep. And I,
Fuck, let's talk about something fun.
well, really, really quick, I feel like there just has to be something incredibly drastic that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I also know that we do have to be extremely careful in the way that like we don't want to put the country into a state of um, chaos to the point where an EMT is released, because they have the capability. And I feel like there's a point where if we started dismantling too much, that they would just freaking EMP ourselves. Like I
True.
mean shit like that, which would, the enemies of the United States are of the
True.
world, and they're trying to dismantle us in a way uh, that they want to be inevitable.
That's actually a
Regard,
solid point, dude. Just okay, imagine say 99% of Congress gets arrested, one fell swoop, right? What are the ramifications for that within the citizenry? That's going to be bad. It's going to be mass chaos, dude. I promise you. Look what they did
yeah,
during COVID. The case of the sniffles, raiding toilet paper, punching each other in the grocery store for toilet paper. Get out of here. And you brought up a solid point that I never even really considered would be our enemies are watching us. So if 98 to 99% of Congress gets wiped out in one fell swoop, bro, it's going to be bad. Like they're like, that's the time to attack. 100%. And so putting that part into the equation kind of makes it a little bit more difficult, because I mean I do believe Trump, he understands that, and his advisors like Dan Scavino and all these people, but just doing that in one quick swoop, unless he would declare like a martial law where it was like military, he's an actual
oh,
5-star commander in chief, wartime type thing, then I can see how that could kind of change the game a little bit. But
it almost, I feel like it almost has to be that way. That's the only way that I see this actually being
Mhm.
able to take place. And if Trump wants to be buddy buddy with all the news networks and the his haters,
Right,
and trying to win them over as opposed to enforcing what really needs to be done, because
the
I feel
existing
like,
laws.
yeah, I feel like Trump is in this position where he'll advocate for a lot of policies during his campaigns that
Mhm.
are impossible to do once he's in office, if he's trying to win favor over the uniparty, and like trying to convince people rather
Mm.
than telling them this is what we're going to do, fall in line or get the fuck out.
Yeah. So, how possible is that then? It's a chess match. I understand, but I mean, it could be a lot quicker if there was like a martial law. Then we can abolish IRS, ATF, External Revenue Service. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects to it.
Yeah, there is. Anti-commie, thank you for joining. It's always good to see you. How possible is it? Well, so I saw this meme today, and I just want to
Mhm.
share it with you guys, because it's not something I'm advocating for, but it made me laugh today, because it's, violence is not the answer The answer is opens history book. Uh-oh. Frantically starts flipping through page. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, no, no. Uh-oh.
Okay, that was good. Thanks for lighting the mood because that is actually highly accurate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of history, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but black people weren't the only ones that were involved in slavery. White people too, and
What?
Muslims, and all these people. Just so y'all know. I don't know. Breaking news, maybe.
Oh my gosh. I'll share this too. Because
Yeah,
I
go
saw
ahead.
something else today.
You gotta lighten the mood, man. We're like blackpilling the shit out of our audience.
Here it is. The real American Indians. And
Oh,
it's a bunch
God.
of black people. Yeah, I don't know
Wait.
what this is.
Isn't that Isn't that same account that pushes this all the time?
The black supremacy thing where like black people were the first everything.
And like the Black Irish and
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's the account.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's insane. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
I don't even know what to say to this. So, like you're just showing me this, and I'm like, cool.
it kind of hurts my brain.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man. Oh, should have drank a beer or something. Shit.
So were they conquered by us, by my people? Right? Black loves ammo.
That sounds like a really funny alt account, but anyways.
Yeah, were they conquered by us, and then they're just like written off in the history books? Is that what he's like saying, or
Yeah.
Because I legitimately don't understand. Like I know that natives had slaves, so maybe these were like freed
Right.
slaves or something from the natives, but like other than that, like I don't.
Oh my god, we need to do like alternative history Fridays. Oh my god, alternative history or conspiracies, one of the two. Oh man,
Yeah, Native Americans, really? They were black. Egyptians, black. Jesus, black. Swedes, yeah, they were black too. Everybody was black. I don't know where the white pigment came from, but apparently everybody was black. That's what I'm
Sunlight.
learning from Netflix.
I don't know. Maybe we just poured. Maybe we did bleach face instead of black face. We just did bleach face. I don't know.
It's like, yeah. I mean, where'd the white people come from if everybody was black like not that long ago? Like
I
they're
don't
even
know.
saying gingers were black now.
What?
I don't
How?
know. That's what I've been seeing on X, and I'm like, how does this shit happen? Why does this keep happening? And why do people like believe it or like they're just like, well, I guess Vikings were actually black. It's like, no, they weren't.
Oh my god. Oh, anyways. Holy
Okay.
shit.
OKC Rebel here says Vikings on Netflix are still white. All right, for now.
Yes.
For now.
Any comment was like, we wouldn't have internet if it wasn't for black people, so shut it. Oh my god, bro. I don't know. The internet is a very weird place, man.
What?
Especially the black internets, black ternets. Is that what it's called now? The black ternets? I don't know. Man, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say anymore, man. I think honestly, I think COVID broke so many people. Like a lot of people were like frustrated and all that shit, but I don't know. I think the mass formation psychosis behind it and the mainstream media just putting on the dark web, putting the COVID numbers and just the fear mongering that happened.
It's the dark web.
I know. I'm laughing. I don't know, man. I think people were looking to an excuse to go crazy, and I think COVID was what it was. Or I mean, I don't know. They put some fucking soy in the water, or the chemtrails are getting the people. Fuck, I don't know.
There's a lot that's been going on. Hey, before we move on to our next topic, I do want to let you guys know that we got a new sponsor. And this is actually a sponsor that Eddie and I interviewed like last year, early on when we were still, when Eddie and I were still doing a podcast together. We brought this guy on and he was talking about local farms and building up his company. and we
Mhm.
kind of checked back in with him, and it turns out that he's like blowing up, and he's doing. I mean, I guess just I got a commercial to play for you guys, but it's so cool to see. It's so cool to see like the inception or like the very startup and like love the idea and then check back in and be like, holy crap, like he's doing work and he's
Nice.
bringing his dream to life and making America healthier again. So
Cool.
I'm going to play this commercial. I'm also going to skip out of here for a second, but you guys check this out.
Since 2017, 150,000 farms have shut down, and working farmland has been reduced by 21 million acres. The system has been crippling the remaining farmers, forcing some to adopt nefarious farming techniques, like pumping hormones and other performance-enhancing drugs into their cows so they can survive in crammed feedlots. Or the farmers are forced to jump ship and sell to land-hoarding, profit-chasing agricultural oligarchies, who use their billions of dollars to crush the competition and increase your family's dependence on their manufactured food. What could possibly go wrong? The family farm will soon be a thing of the past, unless you do something. You can. That's why there's From the Farm, an industry-disrupting platform that connects consumers directly with local farmers, which means you can buy fresh, non-factory farm food, and you'll know exactly where your food came from and how it was raised. For the first time in nearly 100 years, independent farms will have a way to not only survive, but thrive. From the Farm was founded by A.J. Richards, an active homesteader, and Brooke Ents, a CrossFit Games athlete and an Amazonian warrior in the movies Wonder Woman and Justice League. She clearly has a passion for healthy food and a healthy lifestyle. And since both A.J. and Brooke come from generations of ranchers and farmers, they know what they're talking about. We can't do this alone. We need the strength of the American people behind us. Help us build a new food system that combines the wisdom of the past with the technology of the future. Investing in From the Farm isn't just a financial decision. It's an investment into our future, our small family farms, and our food sovereignty. Invest today.
How cool is that?
Very. Dude, I'm ready to buy, brother.
Well, as you guys know, I'm a strong advocate for eating a lot of red meat, and you can kind of counteract the benefits if you are getting meat from the store where it's sourced from these factory farms that inject all their meat with hormones. It can completely derail you from receiving the benefits. And just going on the carnivore diet for a couple of months, I noticed a huge change in my mental capabilities, in my sleep. I lost a ton of weight. It cured my osteoarthritis in both of my hips just by not eating sugar and crap. So, I mean, this is something that's like, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's pretty
Being
epic.
able to locally source your meat and, I mean, made in the USA. It's just, oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm on carnivore now. My husband lost 50 pounds already. I mean,
Damn, amazing.
it's no joke. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
when you change your diet and you just go on carnivore and it's salt, meat, and water, your life
Yep.
will drastically change. You will feel younger. You will like your joints.
Oh, yeah.
Everything will feel better. You'll sleep better. You'll wake up easier. It
Yep.
is the benefits are endless. Like I don't even know all the benefits that actually happened when I was on
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, I need to get back on it. I've been kind of slacking, but yeah, I think I lost like 20 pounds in a month. And dude, honestly, like the mental clarity is probably the best thing. Probably the mental clarity and the reduction on the inflammation are probably the two. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're going to lose weight, right? But the reduction on the inflammation, like you kind of, I think you almost get so okay. So the first like four days to a week are going to suck, right? Because you're detoxing from all the
Yes.
sugar and all the crap. It sucks. You're going to have headaches and all that stuff, but you just got to fight through that. And once you continue on it, man, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like all the fat that's in your body that's actually getting burned, the sugars, because that's what fat is. maybe I don't know. I mean, I slept great. I mean, I had tons of energy, bro. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Now, I didn't do it as hardcore as you did. I did have like salt and butter and stuff like that. But also, I took I forgot the name of the brand, but it's a supplement where it's organ pills. Man, I wish I knew the name offhand.
You got to be careful with how much vitamins you intake. I mean, a lot of the vitamins you'll pee out, but if you take like too much vitamin A, it can actually like poison you. It's not good.
No, it's literally just dried up beef organs into a pill form. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up.
That's weird. Hey, don't advertise for them. They're not paying us.
Oh, Heart and Bone. Sorry. Look, they don't advertise for us, but whatever. They're good.
Yeah,
it's a good supplement with good meat.
It's kind of gay.
Whatever. It's 2025. I'm not gonna clip that. But anyways, so what's our next segment, brother?
Our next segment is the hot topic of the day, which is, well, I guess it was a hot topic,
I don't know.
Minneapolis and state leaders prepare for possible Derek Chauvin pardon. Chauvin? I don't know. Chauvin. Derek Chauvin.
Chauvin.
And I don't know what do you think about this, Steve? What's your initial reaction to something like this?
I would say my initial reaction is George Floyd has been drug-free for 4 years, and he died of fentanyl poisoning, so Chauvin should get a pardon. There you go.
There you go.
What?
All right, I'll tell you, I'm on team white guy. Go Derek Chauvin. Let him out. That was not a fair trial. This was trial. This was mob justice. It was a complete and utter injustice. And I guess it was almost like the first trial that was done, that was basically predetermined by activism. And well, okay, I shouldn't say activism. I should say terrorism, because the jurors were intimidated. They purposely infiltrated the jury system in order to make it possible for them to convict him. I mean, they convicted the guys like standing behind him. And what's crazy is like the technique that Derek Chauvin used, whether or not it looks bad, I don't give a shit about that. Okay. Yeah. It looked bad. Okay. I'll give you guys that. 8 minutes on his neck. It looked bad. But it was neck to back. But George Floyd was the first one to die from that. And nobody died from that technique before or since.
Yeah.
It's
because he was overdosed.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's kind of like the Twin Towers, miracle that happened, that jet fuel were able to melt steel beams and then cause 3 buildings to fall from 2 planes at free fall speed. It's kind of like that miracle, like never happened before, will never happen again. It's just like that one, whoopsie. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with Derek Chauvin and the way that George Floyd died. Supposedly he just had his knee on his neck, and that's what killed him, even though it was a second autopsy that said that, and it was paid for. It was mob justice. He did not receive a fair trial. The problem with our system right now is that our jury system, it used to be you'll be judged by a jury of your peers. And back before the internet, this was a lot easier to keep, for one, keep the jury secret and keep them uninformed of the public's sentiment. And with this particular incident, since it looked bad on tape, all the jurors saw the outrage around the world. This was not something that was just like in their neighborhood where people were rioting. No, this was around the world where people were outraged. And I honestly believe, this is really sad to say, but I don't think that Derek Chauvin, even if he gets fully released and acquitted and freed of all charges,
Mhm.
I don't see him living a good life
No,
because he is
unfortunately,
going to be
no.
targeted forever.
This is a federal case, right?
State.
Pretty sure.
Nope.
State? Well,
Yeah, that's
How
why
would you-
Trump can't pardon him, because these were state
Gotcha.
charges.
Okay, so yeah, that probably won't happen. But you kind of see how it kind of developed over time. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was a black kid. I think he was like 17, and he charged a cop, and the cop shot him. They called him the Gentle Giant. Remember that guy? I
Hands
would
up,
have to
don't
look.
shoot.
I think so.
Oh no. Oh no. You're talking about I don't remember his name.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about though.
so it was like, oh well, we didn't get the white guy then, and then Kyle Rittenhouse, we didn't get the white guy then, and then here we go, Derek Chauvin, and that was they finally Michael Brown. Thank you, Farm Girl. Yeah,
No, that's
remember
a hands
Michael
up,
Brown?
don't shoot guy.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so it was like those events, and it was almost like everything has been leading up, and all these hit like the whole like passing under underpasses is racist, and breathing too much air as a white person is racist. Like people are being psyoped into that, and I just don't understand. Well, I kind of do understand, because they're trying to create that racial division that really isn't there. You know, instead of like, I swear, if people like white, black people, like we have normies, right? Then we have the people that are psyopable. But if more people saw how common we are, and not being driven by hate and race, because we can see how they're trying to do this, or people would understand how they're trying to divide us. So like the divide and conquer tactic, and that's been going on for a while, brother.
Dude, what needs to happen is, and this is why I'm actually partial towards this this is going to sound funny.
Okay.
Funny, but hey, Uncle Tonto here, okay?
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
this is actually why I'm somewhat partial to the white like power movement that's been popping up. It's because, dude, you know what I'm sick and tired of? I'm sick and tired of white people being guilty for shit they didn't do and have nothing. They're giving up everything, conceding their own humanity because they were born with white skin. It's like, no, that's Stockholm syndrome, bro.
I don't have any white guilt.
There's too many white people. Yeah, there's way too many white people that have this guilt, like, oh, white people did atrocities in the past. Everybody did atrocities. Everybody did slavery. Everybody did, like, you were either a slave or you were a slave owner. Like, there's no in between. Everybody has that in their history. Everybody. So stop feeling guilty about this shit and stand up for yourself. Now, it shouldn't be this whites are superior to everybody, no matter what kind of thing. Like that's the kind of thing where I'm like, all right, like let's chill here just for a second, okay? But
You're just half superior, Maurice.
Yeah.
You're like on the 50th percentile.
Hey, I heard a joke the other day, and so. All right,
is it is it spicy?
It's a racist joke. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
What do sharks and people have in common?
God, what?
All the great ones are white.
That's kind of a racist dad joke. Oh my God, Mo. I can't believe you wasted 30 seconds of my life. Just playing with you, bro.
Come on, it's funny, man. You
Yeah.
gotta be able to laugh at this shit.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, so nobody that was alive were slaves. Nobody that was alive were slave owners. It's dumb.
Dude, Washington State like my state. My state's lost their fucking minds, dude. They're giving out $120,000 like forgivable loans to black people to buy their first house.
Really?
They're giving out tax breaks and like all of it, like just all of this shit just strictly to black people. It is insane. We've lost our mind as a state. You know how many slaves were in Washington State? Like since the state has been around, how many slaves were there?
Probably more natives.
None. No slaves. Zero. Zilch.
None.
It was already abolished. That we became a state in like 1906 or something fucking crazy like that. Like around that time, after the Civil War. We never had slavery here, bro. At least not under the United States control. We never had slavery, and yet we're passing all this shit as like reparations for black people. What the?
God.
Are you kidding me? No.
It's like that's like the 300-year-olds getting Social Security. You know what I mean? Before the country was even
what the fuck? What? and not only that, it's like
sanity.
Because I mean, I'm about to go paint my face black and walk in and be like, "Hey,
Before,
I just bought my house. I would like $120,000, please."
Yeah,
I'll go in there full blackface. Hell yeah!
You can identify it.
I'll get some cornrows. It'll be cool.
Match those cornrows.
I'm gonna go axe for my $120,000 loan from the government.
It's crazy, man. It's just so backwards. Just everything, dude. And I don't even know how do we fix this as a country.
Get rid of the fucking communists.
Well,
don't allow them to have representation. Don't allow them to participate in the government. Like literally, just get rid of all the communist representation. All of them. Goodbye. You're not entitled to run in our government. We are not a communist country. We will never be a communist country. All of them need to get out. If you have a hint of communist tendencies, socialism, gone. Yep. Goodbye. Guantanamo. Yep. I don't give a shit anymore. Time to get rid of them.
Martial law is the only way. I don't think it's that's how it's going to have to be. We'll see. We'll see though, man. We'll kind of see how this plays out because it's still a little early in the game, and I do know the time is ticking like quickly because it'll be kind of like one of those things where before we know it, it's like boom, it's primary season or midterms or whatever, and it's like holy shit, where did those 2 years go? So there is a lot of propaganda they're putting out. I wouldn't say propaganda, but I would say like distractions. Like, so you'll see it on X all the time, like some of these liberals that, you know, when the Pakistan and India thing came about, they were like, oh, where's the no new wars kind of thing. And people get clickbait and rage bait into things like that. Like, no, the Democrats were posting like clips of India and Pakistan going at each other and saying, you know, what about the no new wars president? Or this didn't happen under Joe Biden. They're clickbaiting and rage baiting people instead of people focusing within our internal party. And then the House Republicans, obviously, dude, Kamala Harris staffer had to have hacked that account because that was just so tone deaf and retarded. I don't understand what the hell they were doing. And dude, did you see? Oh my God, did you see that post where they said something in English and then they had the Spanish version or whatever right below it?
Oh yeah, what was that about?
Dude, I don't know. I didn't even translate it, but my comment I think was really good. I said, press 1 for America, press 2 for House GOP. Just like seriously, dude, why English is the American language, the official by executive order. Why in the fuck are they posting anything in Spanish? Oh my God, dude.
Unless it was something like, use this, like if you can read this, it's time for you to go.
Maybe, okay, so fair. I did not translate it. If somebody in the comments can inform me, maybe it's like, go either if you can read this, yeah, you're fucked or something. I don't know. But I don't know, brother.
See, that would actually be base, but I doubt that they did that. They probably just like repeated what they said in English.
Probably.
Like, bro, I'm so done with that. I'm so tired of this.
Yeah. It's very lackluster, it seems. And someone on YouTube is like blowing up the comment section right now.
Yeah, that's choosy heretics choose. Order of Malta to anonymous immune minions reported Jesuit archbishops in the national hierarchy, making the archbishop the de facto dictators of nations. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back through and read. The Order of Malta I don't know much. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, break it down, Barney Stom. I'm kind of retarded, so I mean, it is what it is.
Straight shitter.
You can curse in the chat, anti-commie. It's okay.
Yeah, you're good. We're not going to ban yet. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go mute her after this. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god.
You know what? That's right. It is a slap in. It's not only a slap in Trump's face. It's a slap in every voter's face who decided that, or who wanted English as the official language. Here it is.
Yeah.
I finally found the X post
From House GOP.
from House GOP.
Oh, they're cringe.
House Republicans believe in every American's potential to thrive by embracing the power of work. And then this fucking Mexican lettering here. It doesn't have the translate underneath. So I said, who the fuck are you talking to? I don't know if you know this, but we speak American around these parts.
American's official language by executive order.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this. I don't know who runs this account. I don't even know why I'm following them. Unfollow. You guys suck.
Yeah, live on air,
ridiculous.
unfollowed. Haha.
Bye. And this is why I will never claim to be a Republican. And I will damn sure never claim to be a Democrat. All right. I am a God-fearing, free-thinking patriot of this country. And I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the Declaration of Independence. And I believe that we need to get back to our roots or die trying.
There you go. America first constitutionalist.
Hell yeah.
Sounds a little bit better.
Yep.
In my opinion.
And
yeah,
I
think that there are still two parties, brother. There is the Democrats and the Republicans, and then there's their America First Party, or people that want to put
Democrats/Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, they're the uniparty establishment. They're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Republicans are voting, a lot of the times, it's at House GOP anti-commie. Whenever they vote, pretty much the same. The majority of the time, bro, it's not even. There's no difference anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about on this podcast, they've just been sitting on their damn hands this entire Trump's entire presidency so far. So
we'll see, man. I think we'll probably know a little bit more by Independence Day, and then we'll get a real feel
every day's Independence Day. Oh,
the actual Independence Day, not the 4th of July. I call it Independence Day. But anyways, we'll see.
It's about that time, brother man.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking tired right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Sorry, I'm not all chipper and stuff, but I'm just exhausted.
No, I feel that. How's this make you feel, Steve?
Oh, so America. And why aren't there anymore?
This makes me feel poor.
Well, I know that's a hell of an arsenal, though.
It is. It's awesome. And I mean, I'm a little jealous. I mean,
yeah,
I don't even...
there is more space on the rooftop.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying. You know me. You can never go without.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Lauren has a good point here that, hey, everyone next month, if you can make it, go to Boise, Idaho, the capital. It is for Heterosexual Awesomeness Fest, June 20th through the 21st. I'm actually trying to get back on Tim Pool's podcast to get some awareness to this because we are doing something really cool, which in the middle of what they deem as Pride Month, we are doing something even better, which is going to be celebrating how awesome it is to be heterosexual, to get married, have kids, build a family, build a legacy that lasts more than one generation, and basically celebrate God's design in men and women and that we are united under God in marriage to come together as one and make children. Be fruitful and multiply. It's going to be fantastic. I'm excited for it. I will definitely be there. There's going to be a bunch of other ambassadors there. Ian Carroll, Mark Fitzpatrick down at the Old State Saloon is putting this whole thing on. It is going to be a lot of fun. I am very, very excited for it. So,
more importantly, will there be refreshments?
There will be, and it's actually a family. It's a family event. So you can bring your kids to a heterosexual event because there's not going to be people running around naked. There's not going to be degeneracy there. This is going to be a modest event where people are literally celebrating marriage. They're celebrating being parents, being husband and wife, being father and mother. We are going to be celebrating the family unit, the nuclear family under God. This is what's going to make this country great again, is actually having the majority of people get their shit together to the point where we have a majority of this country that can swing back from this degenerate culture that we've been experiencing over this past decade. Actually, the past couple decades. So, yes, if you can join the event, go to heteroawesome.org and you will find actually, you know what? I'll pull that up really quick. Let me pull this up before we get out of here. Nope, that's not it. So yes, if you go to heteroawesome.org, you can find the battle lines, what we all stand for, the event page, which is going to be at the Capitol in Boise, Idaho, June 20th through the 21st. It is going to be lit. It's going to be amazing. You can help.
Nice.
You can donate to it. You can help sponsor this movement, because this is going to be. I think this is going to create some waves, since it's in the middle of what they deem as Pride Month. You know what I don't agree with Pride Month. I don't think it's a real thing. So
it's fake news.
It is. Yeah, it's now Hetero Awesome Month.
Yep.
And we're building our own thing. Not to say it's not a direct bash on the people of the LGBTQ movement, but it is a direct bash on the pushers, the ones who initiated, the created, the indoctrinators, the groomers, the butchers, all of them. It is specifically targeted at them. And I mean, there's going to be changes in these next couple of years, and we're going to start it with something like this. We're not gonna let these things slide anymore. This is gone way beyond two gay dudes walking down the street and like needing
I agree,
wanting to feel protected, right? This has gotten to the point where in Washington state, if you are 13 years old, you will get your own medical chart, and doctors will separate you from the parents. Parents are not allowed to see what is on their medical chart. The doctors will talk to them in private. They can prescribe them sterilizing drugs, opposite sex hormones, or cut off their breasts at 13 years old without the parents' knowledge, without the parents' permission. They can do this 100% legally now. It is disgraceful. It is disgusting. It is a death cult that wants to sterilize and mutilate children. We have to end this. And we're ending it in like the nicest way possible. Okay. We're building our own event to celebrate and bring people in to hetero awesomeness, because being heterosexual under God in marriage, being fruitful and multiplying is awesome. It is the way to go. It is the way to fix this country. It is the way to build a better future for this nation. Yes, sir. So I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Sounds like Washington State is being ran by the World Economic Forum, brother.
We are the testing grounds, man. It's disgusting. Yep. They passed a medical tyranny law. Dude, they have like basically martial law in Washington State. They just passed it to where if the governor declares a state of emergency, basically they can kidnap you and inject you with anything they want to legally. So, and you're not allowed to resist. Yeah. I mean, you're not allowed to, but
okay. Yeah. Okay.
I got plenty of my compatriots over here, that are not going to go along with that in any way, shape, or form. So.
Yep. Oh man. All right, brother. I think it's about that time.
It's about that time. All right, you guys. If not, we are going to try to do a podcast on Friday. But Eddie and I actually have a podcast tomorrow, which is going to be pretty cool. So if you guys want to tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Eddie and I will be doing a podcast for the Patriots Prayer. It'll be a lot of fun. So you can follow that at La Native Patriot on X. We will be streaming on X or the Patriots Prayer.com, or no, it's rumble.com/the Patriots Prayer. That's the one. Find it there. Yep. We'll be streaming there as well. So God bless you guys. God bless America. We will see you on Friday.
Later.